Hello and welcome to Buffer's Brewery again. Today I'm going to be talking about my exploits with counter pressure bottle fillers. I bought a Nukatap counter pressure bottle filler a while ago, as I needed to fill a couple of bottles of beer from my keg, and I didn't have the means to do it. So I looked around, seemed to be a reasonable price, looked okay. And when I got it home, I had a couple of goes with it, but I did find it difficult to use. So me being me, decided to pimp it to within an inch of its life to make it easier for me to use. And you're going to see what I came up with. So this is my Nukatap counter pressure bottle filler stand, which I decided to construct as I found it difficult to operate the bottle filler as it's supplied. I found I was always one or two hands short when I tried to do things. Probably the way I was using it, but at the end of the day, it worked well for me to make a stand, to make it easier to operate. So the Nukatap counter pressure bottle filler is located in this little housing where it's mounted to this backboard. And I've opted to, rather than use the original tube that came with the bottle filler, I've put in a John Guest tap to allow me to control the flow of beer to the bottle, and I can connect it directly to a keg rather than use the tap on my barrelator. I can get to the PRV here to adjust the pressure and the leakage rate. I opted to put a flow control valve on the gas supply. More to do with my method of filling than a need really, but I can explain that later on. And then I put a little T-piece here so that my main gas from the cylinder comes in here to the bottle filler, but also splits off and goes into my barrelator to the keg from which I'm filling, to maintain the pressure in the keg to be the same as the pressure that the bottle filler's at. And then down the bottom here I've got a little carriage which I can put the empty bottle on this little platform, raise it into position and lock it off. So now that is firm and the bottle is held in position. I haven't got to hold it anymore. So I've got my hands free to press the little button here to flush and pressurize the bottle. And then I can turn the beer on and then adjust the PRV to get the flow rate like I want it to. And then when the bottle's full, turn the beer off, vent the bottle, pressure, and then just gently take the bottle out and cap it. And at all times I've got at least one hand free, so it's a lot easier for me to operate than having to hold bottles and hold the tap in position, press buttons and adjust things. It was just a nightmare for me. Anyway, a bit complicated, but that's the name of the game for me. But it works, and I'll do a little video showing you in action. So before I start filling bottles with beer, the first thing I've got to do, as always, is to clean everything down. And I use exactly the same process for cleaning this as I do cleaning the barrelator lines. I have a hand pump garden sprayer thing, onto which I've attached a beer post so I can connect the beer line from the bottle filler and goes through. And I put a bottle in there so that it gets filled up, but then more importantly, it actually flashes some line cleaner through the valve as well. So the whole, because beer does actually come through the valve during the filling process, so that gives it a clean out as well by putting the bottle in place. And then I've got a jug to hand to collect any spillage that comes through. So turning the tap on and pumping away, and there's fluid coming through, and that bottle's gradually filling up pretty slowly, but it cleans the line, cleans the innards of the bottle filler as well. And obviously when that's done, rinse it all through with water, same process, just filling it up with water and then some Kemsone, and then it's ready to go. So I won't bore you with watching water filling into a bottle or sterilizer or whatever filling into a bottle. So we'll come back when it's time to fill some bottles of beer. Okay, we're all cleaned and sanitized, plugged into the keg, plugged into the gas, 6 sanitized bottles, and a little glass to catch any overflows. So the time has come, gas is coming through, if you can hear that. So we'll take the first bottle and position it under the wand. Glass goes up there. And that's in position. So the instructions tell you to leave it down a little bit to flush it through, but I just give it a good Okay, so that should be pressurized now. The keg is pressurized and we should be ready to fill. Now what sometimes happens is the beer doesn't flow, so obviously then you just have to adjust the valve. So we'll see what happens. But we've got beer coming through, and yep, nice and slowly, very slowly in fact. So hands free, bottle held in place, beer is flowing. I can adjust the POV a little bit to speed the flow up a bit. That's about it. That's nice and slowly. Don't want too much foam on the top of the beer. So we'll cut here until we get near the neck, okay? Okay, it's just coming up the neck now. Foam's coming out of the spout, that's fine. Turn the beer off, then you can just let the pressure off. It's fine. And then we're going to just drop it very gently off the straw. I'm just going to leave that there while I put the glass underneath. And then I'm going to clear the straw of beer. Now I want to put that back. We'll check the bottles before we fill them to make sure you can. So that's first bottle done. Second bottle. Remove glass, place bottle. Bring the mechanism up. Lock it in place. Just flushing the gas through. All the regulator does is just slows the flow down. Doesn't actually change the pressure. So you leave it long enough, the pressure does actually build up in the bottle. There we go, that's flushed, I think. You just pressurize it. And then turn the tap on. And hand-free filling. It's a nice steady rate. Come back again when it's nearer the neck. Okay, it's just coming up to the neck again. And then turn the beer off. Okay, depressurize. Ease the bottle off. Drip drain position. Clear the straw. A little bit of gas in the top of the bottle. And the cap on. Should really put on the jug underneath, the glass underneath, but swiftly puts the next bottle under. Puts in position. Flushing the gas out. And you're on. Nice slow fill. Have your hands free. Sitting back and watching it. Half full. Get in there. I mean, when I didn't have this stand, you can imagine I was having to hold the bottle filler in place with all the tubes and pipes coming out of it, and twiddling knobs and just to sort of stand around for what, 2-3 minutes while it filled. It's a bit of a trial, shall we say. Goes this way, put it in, turn it on, watch it fill up, and then as it comes to the top, which it is now, it's coming up. As soon as it starts spitting, wipe its nose. That's it. And there we go. Glass to catch the little bit of beer, the straw. Saves the drips, that, because if you don't do that, it just drips forever. And then pop that underneath, a little bit of gas. Pop that back. And top on. Job done. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope, if nothing else, it was entertaining. But now I can use my Nukatap counter pressure bottle filler, hands-free, without any stress, and easy to clean and maintain. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.